Hello, everyone. It's msbthatisme, and today I wanted to discuss Brenay Kennard, the TikTok sensation, who is being sued by her ex-best friend for stealing her husband, and she's being sued in North Carolina for alienation of affection. I have Black Goddess, who has been following this court case from the very beginning. She's going to do a recap from Thursday's court appearance. Here is a video of Akira, who is her ex-best friend, and Brenay, and they're doing TikTok dances in Akira's marital home. But Brenay insists that she was never friends with Akira. But that sure does look like Brenay, Akira, and her kids in the home doing TikTok dances, looking real familiar. In this clip, I have Black Goddess discussing the therapist that was on the stand that was discussing Akira's mental state and how fragile she actually was once she started therapy.
Okay, y'all. I'm gonna hold my hand. All right, let's get started. Moderators, please, thank you guys. Turn off the comments for right now. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, never mind. Somebody say Western Union. No. Hey, Free, you need to come up here.
No, I did come up here to tell you every time I text you something, nobody's saying nothing back to me. I'm talking to you. I done sent you 100 messages.
For real? Oh, and the thing?
Yeah.
Oh, I hadn't even. It's going like this. Like if it's like you put a comment, it's just throwing it. I can't see nobody. That's why I told them to cut the comment because it just got overwhelming. I feel for a minute. I try to go back.
Check your inbox.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, I will. All right. Bring tea up here. Y'all, I am overstimulated. I'm not finna lie to y'all. I feel like I got anxiety or something. It's crazy. But let's jump into it. Hey, T. How you doing, baby?
Good. I was about to tell you that I'm gonna message you. Just make sure you check out my message. I'm gonna let you know.
All right.
Be right back.
Okay. All right, y'all. So today we started off with Akira's attorney. That's the first thing. So we did Akira's attorney. After Akira, we did Devin. And then after Devin was Tim. And we still on Tim. We halfway through Tim. But basically, Akira lawyer came on. She said she's been working with Akira for about a year. From March 29th of 2024 up until present day. Akira was depressed with diagnosed with major depression disorder. Also, she was diagnosed with generalized anxiety disorder. They worked on exploration of coping, exploration of patterns, exploration of emotions, relationship patterns, self, CBT, person-centered mindfulness, and motivation interviewing. She had been experiencing panic and anxiety-like symptoms. They started using exposure therapy for her as well because of the many places that Akira, Tim, Devin, and Brenay would be. When she would go to those places, it was just like immediate triggers for her where she'll start feeling, having panic attacks, anxiety attacks. And so exposure therapy is like you have to expose the person to the very thing that caused them to have like panics and anxiety. And so her mom is one of the persons who she has to be with, and that's just basically to ease her back into those different environments. And they did quite a lot together. So it was just like places that had just been very traumatizing for her. Y'all never experienced that. That's something you don't want to ever experience. If you ever had a situation where, like somebody passed away and a certain spot just reminds you all the time, then that's what that's like. But for her, it's like everywhere. Akira lost her job due to communicating threat charge that she received. She stated that she was in an accident. Brenay, Tim, his mom and his sister, God sister, came to the hospital with the children. To see about them. But Tim proceeded to take the kids. Y'all remember when Brenay was like, "Oh, she don't allow him to do things for the kids." I think today we got a little insight on what she was talking about, but it didn't make sense. So there were times, I guess, before the child protective order, the custody order was actually like put in place. She wouldn't give, I guess, Tim the kids because the constant posting. She didn't want them to be around Brenay. She expressed that to Tim that she did not want the kids to be around Brenay. She did not feel safe. She did not feel the kids were safe when they were around her. She stated that if you don't like me, you don't like my kids. She stated it out of her own mouth. Like, it was just the stuff that a lot of people were saying. So she was going through these therapy sessions. A lot of times she had setbacks because of stuff that had happened. A lot of stuff that happened. Like, she would be making some progress, but due to the situation with Tim and Brenay, due to the car accident, due to Brenay not abiding by the cease and desist letters that they had sent, and it was just a lot. So when she communicated the threat, the police was called, of course. They was like, Akira charged Tim said Akira was charging at Brenay, and that's why the mama put Akira in a headlock. I don't understand why nobody told Brenay to go back to the car and sit this one out. I never understand that. Akira talked about not having support from Tim's side of the family. When she was the one that was married to him, and also she's the one that had children with him. And like, the proof is in the pudding. They over there, Tim mama and Brenay mama sitting together. It's like they have formed this union and are actually against Akira as if she's like such this horrible bad person. So she would have like setbacks because of certain stuff, but they talk about the kids calling Brenay mommy. So on August the 4th, 2025, the kids, she had a session, and she was saying that they were forcing the kids, Tim and Brenay were forcing the kids to call Brenay mommy. And she was like, she felt feelings of guilt, frustration, and a level of distress that can lead to self-destructing thoughts. Now, that's what her therapist put in her note, that situations like this will cause the person to literally self-destruct. So Brenay started to cross-examine the therapist, And she tried to make it seem like, oh, that's just like this is just all in Akira's head. That a lot of this is about Tim, her, talking about Brenay, and the children. And we was looking so confused because we were like, well, what else would this be about? Like, you and Tim are the one who caused so much pain and hurt. And this is why she feels the way that she feels. And this is why, she's even in this position where she needs a therapist because of what you guys did to her and what you continue to do to her, and with her children. So things like that will set her back. On August the 18th, she came back for another session, and it was the challenges of co-parenting. And they talked about how Akira's daughter had her hair done when she went to Tim. And of course, Tim was over there with Brenay. So they took her braids out of her head. So I think that picture where you guys, I don't know if that's the same picture where Akira had did like this post. I don't know. And it was showing the baby, I guess the baby's hair. But they took the baby's braid out of her hair. And it's like, if I see my child somewhere and her hair is done, that means her hair is done for a reason, so you don't have to put your hands in her hair. And so Akira said to her therapist that was mean. So Mr. Charles Hands asked the therapist, like, well, what do you mean? And she was like, the therapist identified Brenay as Tim's mistress. That, the mistress was causing some of these issues and problems instead of just allowing Tim to co-parent with, his wife, because they weren't even divorced at this time. And so they talked about how Akira started to become impaired. Like, her anxiety and depression was like so bad where she wasn't able to like function normally like a normal person. So that's what you call a dysfunctioning depressed person. You have some people who are highly functioning depressed people. They go on, they laugh, they smile. You'll never know until like they take their you know what I'm saying, LIFE. But she described how Akira looked when she first started coming to her. She said Akira had no, she didn't say that, the mom said it. I talk about how the mom described her. She said that Akira had her hair was black. It was like in a messy bun. She wore these big, large, oversized tops with leggings and flops. She even with that, she looked it kept, but you can clearly see she was just a depressed person. How she looks today, she said she looks way better than she did when she first, started working with her. Akira mama talked about how Akira lost a lot of weight. And of course we see that, what I'm saying? We most definitely saw the amount of weight she lost, how she would not eat. She would be in the room, she would isolate, always crying. She stated how the daughter, her baby, would just, sense that something is wrong. And how, y'all, that was emotional for me because I went through that with my baby. So like I can relate to that so well. Oh God. I can relate to that so well because children do pick up on your energy. And I've always said that ain't no way that the kids don't know what's going on with their mom. Like, even if they can't articulate, they know they feel what she feels. And she was like, the baby would crawl up in Akira's lap and ask her, if she's okay. And the mama said immediately, the tears would just be falling. The therapist encourage Akira to stay off social media, so that she will be able to get through. And Brenay asked the therapist, "Well, did she listen to you? Did she stay off social media like you asked her to?" The therapist said she did. She did. Y'all, we didn't see her. Then we saw her for a little bit. Then we didn't see her at all. So I think she had got to a point where she was just literally trying, to cope the best way she could. And then we saw her leave. So, Brenay gonna ask the lady, "Well, are you the one who diagnosed her?" I said, "Baby, do you just not see that woman's title? She's a licensed clinical social worker." That's what I'm going for. That's my goal for next year, is that I work on my LCSW. I said, I'm just saying stuff to Barbie and Caramel because I'm just like, I know this my area right here. I'm like, yeah, we use the DSM-5 to diagnose. And if anybody don't know, for major depression, like, you have to have 6 months. It's like persistent for 6 months or more of symptoms, and not feeling like you lose interest in wanting to do things like your daily activity, hobbies, and stuff like that. That sadness and just them symptoms. But the main key is the time. So that's what makes it major. You know what I'm saying? You have like your depression, but you have major depression is when it persists for more than 6 months or more. So she asked her, asking her, did somebody, like, did she give her the diagnosis or did somebody else? And so the lady had to tell her that we are led and guided by this book, which is the DSM-5 book. And LCSWs are, even though I did it at the hospital, the doctors will come back and confirm it, or I'll use their previous F code. So it was so, like, she really didn't even have to cross examine her, but I guess she was just trying to make it be something. So she was going on and on, and she asked the therapist, "Well, with these type of diagnoses, and she said, well, with what I see here in these files, don't you think that this is more about her former husband, me, and her children?" I'm like, y'all, this is why this is this. I'm just like, Brenay, what's not clicking up here? Like, what's not clicking up here? She's in this position because mentally you all are affecting her. Mentally, she can't be what she needs to be to her children. You know what I'm saying? Be whole to her children because of the stuff that you do. So then when they talked about so then she gonna ask the therapist about the hospital thing. She gonna say, "I don't know because I wasn't there." So then she said, "Did you know the police?" She said, "I don't know because I wasn't there." And so I'm sorry, when I say she answered that girl so good, so she was like, "Well, did you know?" Well, it read and said that Akira was feeling like she don't know what she would do if she encountered her partner, no, her husband's partner. And so the therapist came back and said, "Well, if a person is antagonizing you," and I'm speaking for myself, if I'm being antagonized, if you being antagonized, and if she being antagonized, of course you're already in a mode of I gotta do whatever I gotta do to defend myself. You know what I'm saying? At all times. So she was basically saying that Akira was saying like, "Oh, she won't hurt her, she just gonna go out and hurt her." So Mr. Charles did a redirect to that question with the therapist, and she was like, he was basically showing that if she wanted to do something in that moment to Brenay, she would have done something to Brenay. Like, duh. Like if she really, really wanted to do something, and like Akira say, like I don't like conflict, but when it comes to my kids, it's war. No ifs, ands, and buts about it. It's war. So, she was like, no further questions. Y'all,